Every time you transfer money into a savings account, your brain rewards you. You watch the balance tick up, and a quick hit of dopamine signals that you are safe and secure. But over time, the mechanism meant to build your safety net hardwires an invisible prison. The mindset that builds a foundation eventually prevents growth. High earners are especially vulnerable. A growing balance should bring freedom, but it triggers a hyper-reactive fear of loss. There's a distinct line between being frugal and being cheap. Frugality is a choice made to achieve a specific financial goal. Being cheap is a survival-based personality trait where you prioritize the cost of everything over the value of anything. When you mistake this extreme hoarding for intelligence, you effectively cap your potential. It's why many who earn six figures stay stuck in middle-class lifestyles. They are too afraid of losing their safety net to ever actually use it. To see how this plays out, we have to look at the standard advice: save everything you can while you're young. In 2002, you could book a room in a 5-star luxury hotel in Goa for exactly 5,000 rupees. A strict saver would reject the room to keep that 5,000 rupees. They'd lock it away for 20 years, convinced that delayed gratification is always the superior choice. Jump forward to today. That original 5,000 has grown to 30,000 rupees, and 30,000 rupees is exactly what that same hotel room costs right now. The math worked, but the strategy failed. You can still buy the room, but you can't buy back the experience of being 20 years old in that hotel. That asset is unrecoverable. Delaying gratification to win a mathematical game often results in a permanent loss of life meaning. You end up with the money, but you've missed the window where it actually mattered. This brings us to the second myth, the idea that the safe stock market is the definitive path to becoming rich. If you rely on a standard index fund, expect a predictable 8% annual return. But look at the timeline. At 8%, it takes 20 to 30 years to reach $1 million, which buys significantly less today than when you started. This sluggish pace makes it nearly impossible to retire young or enjoy your wealth while you are physically capable of using it. While you wait decades for compound interest to kick in, inflation quietly eats the future purchasing power of the money you're so carefully guarding. The safest path is mathematically too slow to generate true freedom. By the time you win, you may no longer have the time or energy to enjoy the prize. There is also a cognitive tax. Obsessing over minor expenses leads to decision fatigue, draining the mental energy you need for high-level financial choices. This creates the doing-it-yourself trap. Refusing to delegate low-value tasks because of upfront costs prevents you from actually scaling. Spending 3 hours to save $50 is a net loss if those same 3 hours could have been spent on work that generates $500. By guarding money as a trophy rather than using it as a tool, you stay small. You miss the large-scale opportunities because you're too busy protecting pennies. Escaping this trap requires shifting your perspective from hoarding for safety to deploying for impact. You have to look for asymmetrical risk, situations where the potential downside is capped, but the potential upside is exponential. It's about moving from a one-to-one return to a model where your capital works harder than you do. Because the stock market is often too slow to create wealth within a useful time frame, high-impact strategies focus on vehicles with more control and higher velocity, like building a business or investing in real estate. These allow for leverage that can compress a 30-year timeline into a much shorter window. Instead of a stagnant portfolio, you build a compounding ecosystem. In an era where AI can automate tasks, your most valuable asset is your time. Strategic deployment is how you buy that time back. Stop measuring your success by stagnant digits in a bank account. Start measuring it by your leverage, your freedom, and your courage to deploy capital.